Facebook. It's a bit humbling. I don't know what I don't know. But most importantly, what I do know is that each one of us was born capable of exceeding anything that our conscious mind tells us we can experience right now. We are have innate capacities, innate genius from the Great Spirit, from God, from the energetic forces that govern all. And the universal laws are just one critical aspect of what ensures our dreams, our burning desires, our beliefs, our faith manifest. Think about that. Those four key areas are dreams, our capacity to dream, to create. And we know that creation occurs at least twice in the mind, takes hold in the heart, and before we know it, it manifests. How does it manifest? That burning desire keeps us committed, unwavering will, allowing us to maintain that dream, the center of our understanding, our beliefs, our feelings, our faith, until we actualize it. And then we come up with a new dream, or we call them organized as goals. I encourage you to think about what you really idealize for yourself in this life. You may have another 10 years, another 50 years, or another 80 years. Independent of the time that we have, how are you using it now? Are you maximizing your ability to experience the essence of who you are, which is pure genius, not just in one of us, in all of us? Are you leveraging folks around you, even individuals you believe may not have any assets to help you? That smile may motivate you to get up and move faster. That reminder that you have a personal gift from someone else you work with may incentivize you to move forward. Whatever it is that you receive from whoever the other is, I think that's part of life itself, magically entering our spaces and reminding us of our true gifts and our capacity. So I want to encourage you to think about your dream. Pursue that dream. Have a burning desire for it. If it's not worth the burning desire, leave it alone. Move on to something much more powerful. And you don't need to know the how. In fact, the dreams where you don't know the how are the most powerful and arguably the most impactful dreams you could possibly have. Have that burning desire. Believe. And even before you can believe in your system, have faith. Because having faith, then you can use those mental tools. What are the mental tools? There's 6 of them. There's the knowing that you know that you know. That's intuition. Yes, it's a mental tool. One of the highest mental faculties we have. And then the dreaming itself, using your imagination, actually going into the spaces that you imagine. Going there now. The subconscious does not know the difference between what's facts and what's not. Go there with your imagination. That's the power of the imagination. Idealize it, experience it emotionally. Go deep. So that's the imagination. And then holding it firmly. That's your will. Leveraging your memory to gather facts and tools, etc., people and places, in order to ensure that things align towards your worthy goal, this beautiful and ideally massive dream that you have. So what are the other tools? Perception is another mental tool. Others may say, oh, don't worry about that. You can't do that. That's not humanly possible. Well, it wasn't humanly possible to think that we could fly. And yet the Wright brothers, who were bicycle mechanics, made it happen. It wasn't humanly possible to think a lot of things, that the world was actually round. It wasn't logical. We'd fall off as it turned, right? Not logical. And yet things, and we're still experiencing new information through scientists, these genius of people, through psychological research, through accidents that enable us to understand that literally there's more possibilities than we can currently imagine. So yes, dream, and dream big. Maintain your powerful perceptions that may be qualitatively different than anyone else's. You will get there. What are these other mental tools? Reason. The ability to decide using a diverse set of information and determine that I accept or I reject. It's part of your reasoning tools, your reasoning faculties. And at the conscious level, that's part of our power. And what are the other tools? So I've mentioned what? Intuition, imagination, reason, will, as part of that decision making. I'm missing one. Or maybe that's it. Those are the 6. Memory, reason, perception, imagination, reason, perception. Intuition, imagination, reason, will, perception, memory. Simple. Interesting. And we take that dream, you take that burning desire, you take that belief and that faith, and you leverage those mental tools, and then you understand that there are universal laws that will just converge to make whatever you dream of happen. It will actualize, even if it seems absolutely antithetical to so-called reality. Who creates reality? We're creating reality every day. I don't mean to be esoteric, and yet a lot of it is esoteric. It is in that realm. The power of our minds to create and then to manifest. Think about the universal laws: cause and effect, compensation, relativity, attraction, vibration. One of the fundamental universal laws. At the core, who are we? What are we? We're energy. We're vibrating at different levels. And the higher the vibratory patterns, the more the burning desire for that dream, the more the connection with the essence of who we are, our heart, our feelings, our emotions. All of a sudden, we convey, we communicate to all that exists, that we're ready for it. So be careful what you ask for, because without a doubt, you're going to get it, assuming that you're doing those 4 things. Clarifying your dream, having a burning desire for it, being clear that you believe. And if you don't believe fully, you take time to use those mental tools to impress it on the essence of who you are, so you believe it's manifesting now. And then use that unwavering faith. And what is faith? I call it the opposite of fear. I also call it love at a deeper, unconditional level. Think about this. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Thank you, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He's only one of many who understood that. Napoleon Hill interviewed 500 of the most so-called effective, certainly wealthiest individuals on the planet, thanks to Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie, independent of what we think about him in terms of the way he engaged, he ultimately wanted those secrets that I just mentioned shared with the entire planet. Something in his heart recognized, I need to do some good before I transition, and as I transition. And Napoleon Hill was one of the means through which that good occurred. Napoleon Hill interviewed 500 of his contacts, of Andrew Carnegie's contacts, and found through listening to them, through questioning and observation, that those 4 major aspects were critical. What was at the core for all of them was decision. The ability to make a decision, stick to that decision, not waver, move forward, independent of the so-called facts. And if they failed, they didn't consider it to be the end. They considered it to be learning that would enable them to take the next step. If there was another failure, the next step. They kept using those experiences as learnings that enabled them to create. You, we all have the power. We're constantly creating every single day. The key thing is deciding what we want to create that actually allows us to experience the ideals in our lives now. And the powerful thing when we do that, we pay it forward, not just for ourselves, for the people we love, the people who love us, our families, neighborhoods, greater community, society, and ultimately the world. So why not allow yourself to get even clearer about what you want, not need. We all need, and hopefully we're taking care of those needs in particular ways. But let's go to a higher level. Want. What do you want? What do you really want? Ask yourself, when are you going to start pursuing that? And if you're doing it, wow, I'm so proud of you. It's amazing. And I mean amazing, not because you may think it's amazing. Too often we settle, and yet we don't need to. That genius within each one of us is a gift. And it's a gift worth sharing. And we do it best, I believe, by leading through example. Be the example. Be your best. My honor.